Hey guys, how's it going? F8 Alpha here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in World of Tanks, and I'm taking a viewer's request to showcase the T40 Skonda in this review. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here. And I will be starting off with a comparison. I will be comparing the Skonda T40 to the Thunderbolt and to the STRV M4257. Now all three of these right now are available in the premium shop, so just keep that in mind. Although the Thunderbolt is only available for 2 more days, so if you're looking at picking that up, you have about roughly 2 days to do that. But let's get into the comparison here. First off, we're gonna look at the DPM, and the DPM is 1995 for the Skonda. It is 1998 for the Thunderbolt. And it is 1686 for the, we're just going to call it the 57 because it's easier. Maybe the 4257 for the 4257. Now, one thing to note would be the penetration values of these tanks. Although the Thunderbolt does have the highest DPM, only by 3, it has the lowest penetration. So more than likely your shots will have troubles penetrating various tanks to get that type of DPM. So let's go ahead and look at the penetration here. We have 145 on the Skonda, we have 128 on the Thunderbolt, and we have 148 on the 4257. So you can see that the 4257 is the tank with the best penetration on the gun. It also has a autoloader that holds 4 shells, and it has an intra clip reload of 2 seconds. So you basically have 2 seconds between shells before you can fire. So you're looking at 8 seconds to fully unload the drum on the 4257, where the Thunderbolt and of course the Skonda are not autoloaders. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at maybe purchasing or picking up one of these tanks, that one is an autoloader and the other 2 are not. So let's go ahead and look at the shell velocity. This is going to be basically how derpy or how slow the shells are, how much lead you're going to have to give tanks that you're firing at here. So the Skonda has a 773 meter velocity, and the Thunderbolt has a 792 meter velocity. It might actually be feet per second now that I think about it. Regardless, the 4257 has a 925 feet per second velocity, so it does have the best velocity, which means you'll have to lead those targets that much less in order to land the shots. The next thing we're going to look at is the aim time. The Skonda has a 2.2 second aim time, the Thunderbolt has a 2.0 second aim time, and the 4257 has a 2.2 second aim time that is shared by the Skonda. So the Thunderbolt is the quickest aiming, but let's look at accuracy, because this can also make a huge impact on the battles and whether or not you can hit the targets. The Skonda T40 has a 0.35 accuracy. The Thunderbolt is a 0.36, and the 4257 is a 0.34. So they're all very, very close. Of course, the 4257 leads as far as accuracy or dispersion goes, and then in the middle of the pack would be the Skonda. Next we'll look at the speeds. So the Skonda has the best top speed of 50 kilometers an hour, followed by the 4257 that has a 45, and the Thunderbolt that has a 42 kilometer an hour top speed. Also, one thing to note would be the power to weight ratio. The Skonda has the best power to weight ratio in this comparison. It has a 17.5 power to weight ratio. The Thunderbolt has a 13.5, and the 4257 has a 13.2. So going up those hills, the Skonda is going to be leading the way. It's going to be pulling the pack, if you will. So just keep that in mind, that the Skonda is not only the fastest in terms of top speed, it also has the best power to weight ratio, so it can go ahead and zip around the battlefield and get to those positions that you need fairly quickly. Another quick note would be that the terrain resistances the Skonda has the best terrain resistances. The Skonda has a turret traverse speed of 33.3. The Thunderbolt is a 39.6, and the 4257 is a 33.3. So the Thunderbolt does have the quickest turret traverse. But let's look at the hull traverse, because that might tell a little bit more to the story here. All three of the tanks have exactly the same hull traverse or tank traverse of 39.6. So they're all on equal footing there. They're all on equal ground. The Thunderbolt, of course, has the slightly quicker turret traverse. Next, we're going to look at the armor. So the Skonda has 65 millimeters on the front of the turret and 65 millimeters on the front of the hull. So you will not be bouncing hardly any shots, even if angled, unless it's an auto ricochet angle. You cannot rely on that bouncing, where something like, say, the Thunderbolt that packs basically twice the armor, you can rely on. The Thunderbolt has a hull armor of 123 and a turret armor of 63. And of course, the 4257 has a hull armor of 55 and a turret armor of 40 millimeters thick. So if you're looking at a well-armored tank for tier 6, the Thunderbolt would be the way to go. However, you're looking for more of a zippy, get to positions quick, get up hills and into position, probably look into the Skonda. If you're looking for a drum autoloader, something that can deal the damage very quick and then pull back and reload, you're looking into the 4257. Now let's move on here to the price point. So we have the Skonda T40, which is $18.99. You have the 4257, which is also $18.99. And of course, for 2 more days, you can still purchase the Thunderbolt, which is $17.99. So that's something to always take into the equation here when you look at purchasing one of these, is obviously the pricing of the tank. The Skonda seems to be about the middle ground for any tier 6 premium tank. There's a couple tanks that are cheaper. There's a couple tanks that are more expensive in tier 6. So it seems to be pretty much the middle ground. So let's go ahead and move on to my thoughts. Personally, I like the Skonda T40. It has received a few buffs in the previous patches. When I first purchased it, I would not have recommended this tank. I would say it does have a slightly higher player skill base behind it. So if you were brand new to World of Tanks, you would probably do better with something like the Thunderbolt. Where if you have a little bit of time in World of Tanks, you would probably do fairly well with the Skonda or the 4257. Personally, obviously, I picked up this tank a while ago, and with the additional buffs, which was basically to the aim time and to the penetration values of the gun, I have to say that I find the Skonda very enjoyable to play. It is a premium tank, so you will be making those credits, you will be training the crew, and you will be making that extra XP to either put into the crew or to convert over in order to put it towards a particular line you're grinding down. So just keep that in mind. Personally, I would say if you're looking at the Skonda, pick it up. You probably will not be let down. Just mind the fact that it does take a slightly higher skill on the player's behalf, on the tanker's behalf, to have a good round in the Skonda, because it basically has no armor, but it does have the speed and mobility in order to get in those positions and get those shots off. If you guys have any viewer requests on a particular premium tank or just regular tank you would like to see reviewed, please put that in the comment section below. I am always interested to see what you guys have to say. But with that said, guys, I am F8 Alpha, and I will catch you guys next time.